We're going to start in 2 minutes, and so if you need to get any kids to the kids' room, oh, I don't see any kids here. Okay, except Rebecca.
Family.
Okay, so if you want to go to the kids' room, send your kids. And just so you know, as you can tell, there's no assigned seating, so you're welcome to come on up as close as you want. Wow, how's the O'Brien family back there? You guys okay? Okay. Well, we do have roving mics. We're going to have a lot of discussion today. So before we get started, Barbara's back. Barbara's back.
One final appearance.
Okay.
Well, good morning, everyone. First, just wanted to thank everyone who, amongst their tables, or coming up to me, or Jen, or anyone else, came up with some awesome ideas for how we can expand the registry. So please keep those ideas coming, and we're already thinking about how we can implement them. One immediate suggestion, which was provided by someone, I won't out them, was to take advantage of the energy and the enthusiasm in the room about building the registry and ask people to sign up in the sense, obviously you can't sign someone else up because that's not okay by medical, who knows, whatever, privacy reasons. I'm sure there's a medically scientific way to say that. But nevertheless, if you are interested in, you know that in your family there are a number of people who are not in the registry but could be, and you can give your name and information to PC Project for Holly or Jan or somebody to follow up with you, give you the information that you need to share with your family members to join the registry. We wanted to take advantage of that momentum and excitement and energy in this room to do that. So we have old-fashioned sign-up sheets that are going to be distributed to each of your tables. If you can put your information in there, and then we will collect it. Jack is raising his hand. He will be an emissary on this effort as well. And fill out that information. We will follow up with you, and hopefully, just as a result of this meeting, we'll get a great bump, and we will be well on our way to the Drive to 25. So thank you. And then last thing I would say, which is not related to Drive 25, but wanted to make sure that we did mention it, is on the board we often talk about all the things that we would like to do, but we don't necessarily have the capabilities among board members. And yet, talking to all of you and many of those who are not in the room, we know that PC patients have amazing capabilities and skills and networks that we would like to tap into. So just as a heads up, we will be, or PC Project will be issuing a survey following this meeting to the full PC community to find out what skills are out there, if it's marketing or social media or private sector partnerships or whatever the case may be that we might be able to tap into. We would love to take advantage of the skills that are resident here. One person mentioned, for example, those of us who are not, myself included, very smart about social media. We have a whole room of teenagers that are really smart about social media that we could be tapping into for expertise about how to raise awareness. So just heads up about that. And again, please take a look at these sign-up sheets as they hit your tables and put your information in. And that's enough for me. Over to you, Jen.
Thank you, Barbara. She is all over this, let's get more people in the registry, which I love. Well, welcome. It's so good to have you all here again. Did everybody sleep okay? We hope everybody's feeling okay. Just a couple of quick announcements. If you can see on your table, index cards. So just a reminder, if you have any questions, especially this morning session, we're going to have talks about from physicians, from scientists. So if you have any questions at all about PC, I got asked a lot of questions by the kids at my breakfast table. So I thought, okay, if a 12-year-old can blast me with a whole bunch of questions about PC, certainly the adults can do it too. But just know, if you have questions, put them on your index cards. Make sure they get to maybe Holly in the front, or if Dave Hansen, do you want to wave? You can get them to him. And anything you see during the session this morning, if you have questions about, or even about the upcoming clinical trial, you are welcome to put it on and we'll answer that. You'll see at the end of the session we have a medical and scientific panel, anything you wanted to know about PC. Hey, and you guys, there's lots of seats in the front, just so you know. Okay, well, just welcome again. I am first on the docket, and let's see if I can figure this out. Yep, okay, it works. I just thought I'd give you a little update about PC Project, and I think some of you asked, we had 64 PCers register for this meeting. Some of you have asked. So we have 64 people with PC. That includes some of the kids in the group. Hi, Emily. And over 40 of you, I cannot think of the number right this very second, are here for the first time. Raise your hand if you're here for the very first time. There's your first patient support meeting. Okay. So we want to welcome. We're glad you're here. Raise your hand if this is your second or your subsequent. You're an old pro, okay. So kind of about half and half, I guess. And maybe that includes some people that don't have PC. So I just thought we'd give you a little history of PC Project and what we're doing. So you're here because you know about us, but this is a little bit of an update. So just wanted to give you a little bit of history. Dave and I got married, and as I always say, I won the lottery when I married Dave. I really hit the jackpot, couldn't have asked for a better person. And when you get married, you get a mother-in-law. And I always say I married the right mother-in-law, and you've heard her name. Barbara talked about her last night. You'll hear her name a lot. She's a little bit legendary in our group because this is Mary Schwartz. So Mary and I were great, and Dave and I started our family, and our first two kids are Nate and Sam. And Nate and Sam got PC because of me, 50-50. You'll learn about that in a minute. And they had the typical PC things. They had the nails, they had the white tongue, they have the follicular hyperkeratosis, where you get around in the friction areas. And those were issues, but then as they got older, more weight bearing, they both started to get the inevitable blistering, and then turned into permanent calluses, and then more blistering. And, as you know, the blistering on the top or the calluses on the top look like that most of the time. And then when they go running around, or they play soccer, or they go camping, they get the damage that happens. And that's just the way my particular mutation and their particular mutation works. You walk, and if you walk too much, you get yuck. So they also, I don't know, does anybody have this funny ear pain that raise your hand if either you or your children have dealt with that ear pain. Okay. It's just one of those weird phenomenons. It's not even in our registry question, but we're realizing there's enough of us. Okay, we're weird. We get this weird ear pain. So what a nice mom. My son has ear pain, and I caught it on camera. But there we go. So, and I didn't they didn't have this, but I just never want to. They didn't have the symptoms at this time, but I just want to do a shout out to those PCers that do suffer with debilitating cysts, and I think Holly will talk about those more, but the boys did not have any of those cysts at the time. But Mary, being the very involved grandma that she is, you can tell she's very into her grandkids, said we got to do something, and with that, PC Project was born. And you notice, if you've seen me talk on social media, every single logo we have is a heart. Because we never want to forget that our foundation of PC Project is built on love. And so you notice everything we do is about love. I think about Holly, how she's been with PC Project for longer than anybody. She's done what no other employee could do. Stay with us, which is kind of remarkable because we're kind of crazy. And yet I know she's here because she absolutely loves you as patients. And so just wanted to make that comment that we just never want to forget our history and our foundation. And I just had to throw this picture in because I think my kids are so cute. And this is Mary with her 4 grandkids in the top 2, Sam and Nate on the right have PC, and then Nate and Rebecca on the left do not, so they get to mow the lawn. And so with that, just wanted to remind you of our mission. PC Project's mission is fighting for a cure. And you notice that word fight. A cure is not easy. And when you first, established PC Project, we thought we could just throw some money. Mary especially thought, I'll just give some money to a researcher and we'll have a cure in no time. It's not quite that easy. It's a fight, and you know it. It's part of what we are all doing. We are here to connect and help patients. That's why we're here today. We are all about empowering research, and we realize that if we're going to get anything done, we've got to collaborate with industry partners. I don't have $13 million in my back pocket. I wish I did, but I don't. And yet we think about what's what it takes to run a clinical trial to get a drug to market, we've got to have some industry partners. We got to work with biopharma companies. So that's what we do. And I say this, everything we do is for the purpose of achieving our mission. I'll tell you, it's Holly and it's me, and we have a great bookkeeper, and we've got a lot of good volunteers. And so we don't have a lot of time to waste. So every single thing we do is for our mission. If it doesn't work for our mission, we don't.